You tried to murder me." Diane Pritchard's scream sliced through that Saturday afternoon like a siren mascara streaking down her cheeks, her designer blouse smudged by a cloud of white smoke. 25 neighbors staring as she jabbed her trembling finger at me, accusing me of attempted murder right there at her backyard barbecue. I just stood there, camera in hand, perfectly calm, because honestly, this was the moment I'd been engineering for months, and I had every second documented. Sometimes justice doesn't sneak in quietly. It comes wrapped in smoke at a neighborhood cookout. Let me back up a sec, because the best stories always have receipts. Drop a comment below. Tell me where you're watching from. 3 months earlier, I rolled my old pickup into the driveway at 23 Maple Grove Lane, Meadowbrook Heights, and felt something I hadn't felt in a long time: hope. Modest house, clean lines, tidy little yard hugged by a white picket fence, a detached garage just begging to be turned into a home studio. After 6 years of shoebox apartments where I edited wedding photos at 2 a.m. with neighbors pounding on the wall, this place felt like a personal victory. The suburbs promised peace and predictability, finally enough room to separate my work from the rest of my life. I was 34. A freelance photographer who'd spent a decade chasing the perfect shot and sleeping in motels and spare bedrooms, just worn out. This street looked like nothing dramatic ever happened here, but I should have known peace is never free, not in the suburbs. In Meadowbrook Heights, the price was a 47-page HOA handbook waiting for me on the kitchen counter, highlighted and dog-eared by the last owner like a warning shot. I flipped through it while I unpacked grass, no higher than 2.5 inches. Paint colors limited to 12 shades of beige. No cars on the street overnight. Every garden gnome and flagpole needing written approval. Page 33, highlighted in yellow, was fire safety regulations, a whole section about outdoor cooking clearances and community standards. Next morning, Diane Pritchard showed up on my porch at exactly 8 a.m. Looked like she was heading to an art gala instead of welcoming a neighbor, clipboard in hand, smile set like concrete. She was 51, not a strand out of place, hair that cost more than my camera lens, eyes sharp and unreadable. "Mr. Sullivan," she said, hand extended, voice all honey and hidden edges. "I'm Diane Pritchard, the HOA president. I ensure our community maintains its standards. You're a photographer, I understand, so you'll appreciate what we've built here." She craned her neck into my entryway, taking stock, then proceeded to tour my property like a drill sergeant, measuring the door color, noting my mailbox rust spot grass an inch over the limit. She cited me 3 times and handed me $75 in fines before breakfast. "You'll get used to it," she said. "We have rules for a reason, Mr. Sullivan. Property values don't maintain themselves." That first week, I started doing what I do best, documenting everything. Photographed my grass mailbox property lines, time-stamped and geotagged, because if there's one thing years of shooting weddings has taught me, it's that evidence always beats memory. This neighborhood was beautiful in that Stepford kind of way. Lawns manicured within an inch of their lives, houses painted the exact shade of acceptable, trees trimmed like movie extras. I'd seen weddings in places like this, couples always looking nervous to disturb the perfection. That Saturday, I set up my new Traeger grill on the patio, measured the distance to the house, lined up everything by the book, and invited Vanessa Brennan, my neighbor 2 doors down, and a property attorney with a quick laugh and a warning in her eyes. "Diane doesn't like smoke," she said, cracking a beer. She fined the Hendersons for grilling too often, claimed it was about her respiratory health. But it was just power. I should have listened, but instead I took it as a dare. Spent the afternoon smoking chicken, photographing the golden hour through the wood smoke, feeling like I'd finally arrived. Through Diane's kitchen window, I saw her phone pointed straight at my grill. Monday morning, a violation arrived, $50 for unapproved outdoor cooking equipment. I checked the handbook, no such rule for portable grills. Built-in kitchens needed permits, but mine was legit. I called, emailed, got nothing but an auto reply saying appeals take 30 days. I paid it but kept receipts, snapped photos of everything because I could sense a storm coming. The violations started landing like clockwork. Grass height, parking angle, even the color of my planters, each fine pettier than the last, Diane turning her obsession with order into a weekly ritual. My truck parked at a 5-degree angle. Fine. Terracotta planters not approved. Garden hose left uncoiled for 3 hours on Sunday. Another fine. I had a digital folder for every violation, photos, timestamps, handbook, excerpts, proving she was full of it. Vanessa found me one night table covered in printouts, wine glass in hand. "She's testing you," she said. "She breaks every new resident. Most people just pay up or move. The couple down the street pushed back once she made their lives hell for 6 months. Surprise inspections, anonymous noise complaints, their fence approval vanished. They sold and left." But I wasn't most people. That weekend I fired up the Trager again, paperwork in hand, handbook, county codes, a written note from the fire marshal. I was ready for Diane's next move, but I wasn't ready for my grill to vanish. Sunday morning I found nothing but an empty patch of concrete. No forced entry, no cut cables, just gone. Called the cops. Officer Martinez arrived, shook his head. "We get calls from here every month, missing yard stuff, stolen decorations, never see them again." I bought a new grill, locked it up, held off installing security cameras just to see what would happen. Next, my expensive smoking wood started disappearing, 3 pieces one day, 4 the next, the whole pile gone by Friday. Women's shoe prints in the mulch path worn straight from Diane's house. I set up that night camera on tripod and caught her, Diane, in the moonlight, hoodie up, stealing my utensils and charcoal, sharp profile, that unmistakable hair. Monday, she fined me for improper storage of outdoor equipment. I laughed out loud, thought about confronting her, but remembered what Walter Hayes had said: don't fight her head on, outsmart her. So I did. Installed 4 cameras, night vision, motion alerts, all feeding to the cloud. And in 2 weeks caught Diane 4 more times stealing cushions, solar lanterns, even trying to cut through my new grill lock with bolt cutters at 3 a.m. I edited the footage together like a wedding highlight reel, except the bride was a thief in a hoodie. I took it to the HOA board. Diane tried to brush it off. "This isn't an HOA matter. You should call the police." I hit play. The whole room watched her on video, stealing item after item. She denied, claimed grainy footage, vendetta, professional editing. But then the neighbors started recognizing their own stuff: red lawnmower, garden gnomes, a bench. The room turned. The board suspended her pending investigation, but Diane didn't back down. She went on the attack, emails to my clients, anonymous posts in neighborhood forums, even a threat that I'd never work in this town again. My clients started canceling 3 weddings, gone 15 grand out the window. But I documented everything: emails, calls, messages. That's when I built my trap. A poetic justice, grill harmless, theatrical smoke powder, legal sparklers rigged to create a dramatic scene and nothing more. Tested it 3 times, documented every step, even had Vanessa, the attorney, watch me do it. I left it out in my yard with a note test fire for Saturday's shoot, and sure enough, Monday morning Diane stole it, wheeled it right into her garage. That Saturday, Diane hosted her big barbecue, her comeback tour, trying to reassert control. I showed up with my camera, played it cool. Diane, in her white sundress sunglasses, lit the grill in front of 30 neighbors. 8 minutes later, the smoke bomb went off, white clouds, sparklers, people screaming drinks, table overturned, Diane on the ground in the grass. She jumped up, mascara, running dress ruined, and screamed, "You tried to murder me." Every phone came out, cameras rolling. I stayed calm. "Your grill?" I asked, loud enough for everyone to hear. "Interesting, since it's the 4th one you've stolen from my yard." Silence. Then the elderly man spoke up. "I saw you take it Monday morning." "Diane." Another neighbor chimed in. That's stage smoke. My husband works in theater. Diane's support crumbled in real time. Neighbors backing away, the attorney recording, the accountant taking notes. Diane tried to regain control, but it was over. Monday's emergency board meeting was standing room only. News cameras in the back. I laid out the evidence, videos, receipts, photographs, statements from 7 other residents, $27,000 in stolen property over 3 years, all pointing to Diane. She tried to deny, then cracked, ranted about curating the neighborhood, relocating property for the good of the community. The board removed her, voted to refer everything to police, gave her 72 hours to return the stolen goods. By Friday, neighbors got their property back. The elderly man cried when he saw his mower. The couple who'd moved away came back for their bench. The woman hugged her grandmother's garden gnomes. The new board reformed the rules, photographic evidence, required short appeal, windows, term limits, oversight committee. A week later, I finally barbecued in peace. No paranoia, just friends, food, and laughter. Looking back, I realized most people never fought Diane because they didn't have the energy, resources, or legal knowledge. The system is built for people like her counting on others to give up. I almost did too few more fines, a few more canceled gigs, and I might have packed up and left. But if I'd walked away, nothing would have changed, just another victim, another story for the next guy. Sometimes justice isn't about rage, it's about outlasting your enemy and keeping receipts until the truth is undeniable. So yeah, Diane's gone. The community healed, block parties came back, kids ran wild without parents whispering about fines or cameras. The air smelled of barbecue, not fear. That's what it took, relentless documentation, a little poetic justice, and a whole neighborhood finally saying, enough. Maybe peace isn't about the absence of conflict. Maybe it's about knowing you're not fighting alone when it comes. So tell me, what would you have done? Ever had to stand up to power in your own backyard? Drop your story below, because the only thing more American than a barbecue is holding the powerful accountable. And hey, if you made it this far, smash that, share your thoughts and tell me where you're watching from.